Howdy peeps. So one of my buddies asked me to do a reading for him the other day, which I did, and I used a different deck. And although the question was about his romantic life, it came out about finances, and there was, I think, a bit of combination with that towards some of the parts of the reading. But I figured now that I've got the new Rider-Waite tarot deck, or Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck to be accurate, I wanted to do another reading for him using these. So Spirit, if you could please tell me about the relationship for my friend. I'd greatly appreciate any information you could give on that. Okay, what I'm going to do is, obviously you've got a lovely view of my blue throw at the moment. I might have to invest in some new throws actually. I haven't had throws for a long time. I've known enough people throw tantrums, but not throws for the bed and things like that. And I suppose I'm quite not a hippie at heart, but I do like stuff like that. Okay, so I'm just going to lay the cards out as they come out for me right about now. That's that one at the top left. That's that one, second one in. I want to use 5 rows. 3, 4, not 5 rows, 4 rows, my bad. Okay, we just have a bit more about my buddy. Now I'm going to try and interpret them. I've actually got the little book next to me. You'll probably hear heavy breathing from yours truly, and it's not that I'm up to no good. It's just the way that I breathe. Yes, I do have a thing about it. I'm quite self-conscious. Oh, we've got another one there. Man, these are just jumping out at me now. Damn, would you behave? Right, okay, I get the message. Right, so it'll be a similar reading to the last one, I suppose. Two more to go. I know this is about like 2 minutes, and all you've seen me do or heard me do is shuffle the deck. One there. And that one there. Right, and we're off, as it were. So, starting up at the top left, and if my experience tells me correctly, it should go a little something like this. Okay, so for starters, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You got a good card there, fella. A good card. Okay, so the top one, that represents strength, which I'd say probably represents the sort of relationship that you have. I'd say it's a strong one. I mean, I know it to be a bit different. In terms of the meaning of the card, a lot of readers say that it's Leo energy, which they are correct in saying so. It's the 8th card, obviously you can see there, number 8. But we've also got an infinity sign on the top there, which is also found on the Magician. And it's a yellow card, it's a very bright card, it's lovely. Got the background there, and you see the lady here, she's taming the lion with that strength. So it could be that your partner could be a little bit fiery at times, opinionated, strong-willed perhaps, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Second card in is number 4, sorry, which is the 4 of Pentacles. And again, you see a guy here who's been working towards his finances. He's standing on 2 pentacles there. He's got another pentacle in his arms. He's holding that close to his chest, that he's on his head there. He's got the pentacle there as well. So he's got money on his mind, money in his chest, and money on his feet. And he's got the city behind him, look. So I'd say that's probably representative, I'd say, of both of you, in fact. From what I do know about both of you, because I do have a bit of an advantage with that, I suppose. But both very hard workers, and it could even be that you're both actually quite strong-willed. Although I've just got a feeling. I've got a feeling that your other half, if you'll excuse the expression, might be a bit more strong-willed than yourself and opinionated, maybe. I could be wrong. I'll let you decide on that one. Now here we've got the Four of Wands. Now this is a beautiful card in many aspects. You see you've got the 1111 there. 1111 is the signs of, like, I want to say soulmate. I believe soulmate, or like true love is on the way. And obviously you can see, if you look in the background there, they're all celebrating. They've got the castle behind them, and they're all cheering and happy days. And you know, the 11 of Wands is a really beautiful card. It's definitely good. It's, you know, and for it to tie in with these other two cards as well. I mean, in fact, these two tie in well by themselves anyway. But obviously with that as well, you know, it could be indicative of both of you, in fact. And then here you've got the Nine of Pentacles, which again is a very good card. And obviously, you know, she's been working hard towards her pentacles, you know, looking after them pennies, and now she's just like in abundance with it, which is a good thing. So, okay, so on the next row down, that one's an all-time favourite, isn't it, eh? And another one. And they're getting better. And they're getting better. Well, what to say about this one? Well, the Death card. Now, don't be getting all negative about these things, right? I'm just saying, right, because there's a lot on these cards that you need to take into consideration. Don't see the Death card as a negative thing, right? Because I want to point something out for you here, once I get it into focus. So, obviously, Death isn't a physical thing. It's a transformation. It's leaving things behind. Right, now, the way I'm interpreting these, if I'm right, because bear in mind, you've got this quite a solid foundation across the top here, but with the Death card, it means that something, one or both of you, is going to have a change, a life-changing event. Now, in this case, it could be your partner is leaving to come to you, or it could be you leaving to go to your partner, you know, with the Death card. So one of yous could well be leaving something behind, or a way of life, or a way of living. I mean, look, in some cases you could argue it could be something as simple as maybe stopping smoking or something like that. But I think, given that this is a relationship question, you know, and then you've got the Knight of Swords. Again, all these cards, I haven't done a reversals again. I just want to point that one out. And right, I'm just going to look for that Knight of Swords round about now, because I want to get that interpretation correct. Again, swords being the place of the mind, thoughts and feelings. No, not feelings, thoughts and opinions and whatnot. Right. So the Knight embodies a fast-thinking and ambitious person who takes decisive action without much planning. So I'd say in this case, definitely plan, because obviously you start acting like that, and you know things are likely to not necessarily turn out in your favour. Right, and we've got the King of Wands there as well, which, you know, despite the Death card and the Knight of Swords being there, I'd say is a very positive looking King of Wands. Let me see, what is the King of Wands? King symbolises long-term success as a leader. He has the same passion as the other cards, but the maturity to thrive. See, that is, you know, despite the Knight of Swords come running and giving it large, you've actually got the King of Wands there, so that's good as well. And again, you know, this is a bit of money, a bit of wands, a couple of wand cards, and a couple of sword cards going on. I mean, so far I'd say, you know, despite the reading so far, it's actually quite balanced. So you've got the Six of Swords, which generally means, you know, moving off onto pastures new. I mean, some say it's sort of like a negative card, but Let me just read that one for you. The 6 is a symbol of transition. It encourages reflecting on past turmoil, letting go of it, and moving towards a new future. Exactly. So, which would sort of make sense, and it's not necessarily to do with the relationship you're in now. This might have something. It might have something to do with personal experiences and what you've gone through in life yourself. You know, I mean, if you think that's next to the King of Wands, you know, I wouldn't say that's necessarily a bad thing. But we'll go on to the next set. Yeah, a moment when you wish you hadn't. Right. So it's gone from the 6 of Swords to the 10 of Swords, which is an indication of being defeated in some way, shape or form. If I just pull that one out, just so that I'm absolutely accurate on it, just to make sure. The 10 indicates a major disaster or betrayal. It warns of using a victim mentality to dwell in past slights. Okay, well that's interesting. Now with that, again, I wouldn't say associate that. I'd say not to associate it with your current relationship. You see, it could even play more into that death card. You know, so don't look at whatever has happened to you in past relationships as what is going to happen to you in the next one. You know, because the next card here is the Queen of Cups. So, which I'm just going to go and read that. What's that? Queen of Cups. Right, the Queen is caring and compassionate. She is sensitive to others' feelings and has a trustworthy intuition. Which again, that is another good one. So I'd say with that could be more to do with the relationship between the two of you now. And whereas, you know, you might still be going through feelings of being defeated, generally speaking, in life, because of the things that you're going through with that 10 of Swords, you might feel defeated. But you've got the Queen of Cups there for you. I'd say that's quite a likely thing. And then again, Cups being a place of emotion, and again, Swords being that of the mind. So whereas you might be thinking, oh yeah, you're defeated, and you know, you hold yourself down into a negative sort of aspect, as to how has been said before, what happened in that circumstance. You know, the Queen of Cups is someone that is actually quite caring and compassionate, and you know, she's got your back. You know, she's got you. And despite that, you know, you're still going to be working hard and making your dollars with the 7 of coins there, 7 of Pentacles, which is a good thing. You've got the town out in the background there and all of that. And then again, another thing is the 8 of Swords. There's a lot of swords in this. I'd say if anything, there's a lot of mental anguish going on in this reading. And I think it's probably more to do with you and the way you think about things. You know, because realistically, although there are 8 swords and, you know, this person here, if you look at that closely, I mean, you can see they're blindfolded and bound and surrounded by swords, but really all they need to do is walk forwards to get through that, you know. So, card at the bottom of the deck, which I haven't seen up until now, that is going to be the Queen of Pentacles. Again, that's another good card. That's if I just find that Queen of Pentacles for you. Is that Pentacles? No, that's Cups. Where's Pentacles? Show me Pentacles. Where are the Pentacles? I said Pentacles. Ah, there we go. Alright. So there's lots of female energy in this. I'd say it's, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 female cards in this. This isn't bad. Right, so the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen represents nurturing figure, investing time and resources for others. She is a symbol of security and sharing of wealth. So, in all, I'd say, although this might appear to be quite a negative reading. Right, so the card at the bottom of the deck, I'm going to put that in the middle there. Although you might see this as being a negative reading, especially with the death card being there, and I'm just going to choose another card there. Which is going to be the Five of Wands, which is going to be battling. So again, although it says people fighting, again, I mean that could signify all sorts, really. It's not necessarily people in your life fighting, but it does show a struggle. In fact, it does show a struggle. I'm just looking for the wands now. So the 5 symbolises strife and conflict, usually indicative of a messaging problem. It's time to listen to others. Again, you know, I'd say with that, I'm not saying that you don't listen to your partner. What I would say is make sure that, you know, because a lot of the time the problems that most people have in relationships these days do come from lack of communication or misinterpretations or misunderstandings. So I would say that not that you're going to have conflict, direct conflict that, you know, would necessarily turn everything upside down. But I would definitely say that, you know, just be careful with because wands is more to do with communication and messaging, if I recall correctly. But can be obviously indicative of quarrels as well. You know, but despite all of that, you know, I'd say that is quite a good. I'd say it's quite an open reading, to be fair. I'm just going to pick one more card for you. The Hierophant. Boom. There you go. Now the Hierophant, that is. And that could in fact be related to that. I mean, I'm not sure, because the Hierophant is more to do with sort of like the order of life, as it were. You know, the expectations in terms of like the Pope and marriage and everything else. And I might be wrong. You might have your differences between what you both think of marriage. It doesn't necessarily indicate that, but it might be part of it. You know. But overall, fella, I'd say, you know, I think your biggest problem in all of this is going to be your own thoughts and being trapped in your own mind. You know, like especially with this 8 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, and the 6 of Swords up there. Oh, and the Knight of Swords as well, rushing in, trying to be trying to fight battles that aren't really there, sort of thing, because it's more to do with the mind. So. I mean, you know, despite the way it sort of looks, I mean, again, don't forget, you've got 11-11, bro. 11-11 is a bloody good card, you know, but you are going to have conflict, probably more from you worrying, I'd say, more than anything. Because, you know, one of the other cards, which I'm surprised didn't actually come out in this one, was the actual 5 of Swords, I do believe. It might be the 4 of Swords or maybe it's the 7, I can't remember. But there is one of them. And it does sort of indicate of sleepless nights and anxiety and stress, which, you know, you do, with respect, you do go through. But despite all of that, I mean, I'd say there's, you know, you got the Queen of Cups, bro. You got the Queen of Cups, you got the strength, you got your 11-11 over there, you got your 9 of Pentacles. You know, so a lot of it is just in the mind. So don't let your mind take over your heart, because it will screw you over. You know, don't let anguish and anxiety get the better of you, is basically what I'm getting from this reading. Because ultimately, I think the quarrels are going to be through, like I said, messaging, maybe misunderstandings, miscommunications. But you know, in time, I mean, it could well be. It could well be, man. And I know your thoughts on marriage right about now, and you know my thoughts on marriage in the past, and yeah, let's not go there, bro. Anyway, thank you, Spirit, for this. Appreciate your assistance, dude. I hope you enjoy as best you can this reading, and you understand it, and well, take it or leave it. Peace out.